Atlas Shrugged, the movie, will finally be made. John Aglioloro, the rich guy who 17 years ago paid $1 million to option the book, is tired of all the delays and has finally decided to finance the movie himself. Industry insiders are saying that the fact that there's no stars attached to the project could impact the box office potential of the film. But I say that this movie will be a hallmark of the advocacy of reason, individualism, the market economy, and the failure of government coercion. Oh, who am I kidding? I got that off Atlas Shrugs' Wikipedia page. I never read the book. I don't know anything about it. I got nothing. So I will conclude this news item by shrugging, which seems appropriate.
Wow. That's quite a shrug in that suit.
That is quite a shrug.
Look, my favorite novel of all time. I'm happy. I'm thrilled that they're taking this move, but I do have some reservations. I mean, this thing has been stop, start, at least 15, 20 times over the last 35, 40 years. And if they can get it going finally, good for them. Bravo. It's the kind of thing that the characters in the novel would have done. At the same time, if they're going to go at this all kind of a little bit half-assed with not enough money and not enough production value, then there's no point. There's really no point in doing it otherwise. It's a huge novel. It's a huge tapestry. It's an enormous epic with vast characters. They want to do it as 4 films, but if they're going to do it as 4 films, each one of those films has got to cost $50 or $60 million. So if you don't have $200 million in the bank to make these 4 films, then there's really no point in doing it. You're going to really, really tick off the fans of the book. You're going to tick off Rand's dedicated objectivist fans. You're going to tick off kind of even lukewarm fans of the book. There's not going to be anything there for anybody. So you have to go all the way or not at all. Well, and so that's what they need to do. And I'm concerned that the guy who's tapped to direct it is a no-name who's never directed anything before, who apparently is only in the mix because he comes from the family of former MGM people.
That's right. Now, so the guy's a no-name.
He's a no-name.
There is nobody to play Dagny.
No, not yet.
And, of course, every A-list actress over the last 30 years has been attached to that role.
Well, no, they haven't. No, they haven't.
Angelina Jolie was the latest.
They haven't been attached. They've been attached in the press as actresses that they're going after. But there aren't any actresses who've attached themselves to the part. And part of the problem is that Ayn Rand's books are militantly capitalistic, individualistic, and almost obsessively anti-collectivist in a way that offends the prevailing political sensibilities in Hollywood. So it's hard to find a lot of actors and actresses who, sorry, Chad, who are going to want to sign on to a project that doesn't necessarily sort of meet their own political and social beliefs. And that's a problem in getting certain A-list talent attached. And, I mean, they'll get it eventually, but...
So basically, we applaud his cojones, but we think it'll be a misbegotten production.
Well, I don't know
unless
yet.
He does it right.
I don't know. Let's see.
I mean, it's all about the script, because a lot of people have also taken a swipe at the script.
It's all about how much money they have. It really is. Right. It's all about the production value.
Right. Okay, it'll never get made, and if it gets made, it'll never make a profit. Moving on.
No, if it's done well, it'll make a huge amount of money, because there are millions of people who will run out and see that thing opening weekend because they worship the book. But it's got to be done right. There you go.
He likes Sex and the City, and he likes Jay Leno.
Thank you.
All right, Chad, what's next?
Oh, you done talking?
Yes.
All right, I'm ready. Paramount is teaming up with toy manufacturer Hasbro to make a movie called Hasbro Factory, a magical adventure that takes place inside a Hasbro factory where all the toys come to life. Hasbro is returning the favor by coming out with a line of toys aimed at little future Paramount executives, such as My First Non-Disclosure Agreement and the Paramount Executive Office Playset, where your little one can have his own pitch meetings and hatch his own deals, only to have his ideas languish in development hell for the rest of his childhood. Hasbro Fun Time Mountain of Paperwork, sold separately.
The Hasbro Atlas Shrugged development process game.
The whole toy movie thing, I'm just tired
There's
of
a Battleship movie. You realize that Ridley Scott was...
Monopoly the movie.
But Ridley Scott is attached to Monopoly the movie. Who wants to see that? It'll be like,
It literally is baby boomers and post-baby boomers remembering their past. These are the games we played, and let's make a
There's a Magic 8 Ball movie
Look.
coming out. There's a Magic 8 Ball movie coming out. What do you do with the Magic 8 Ball?
Here's the thing. I can't believe they haven't learned this lesson yet. That whole baby boom generation and that post-baby boom generation, they've been doing movies of their favorite TV shows, of their favorite toys, of their favorite everything. They've been trying to resurrect their youth in the movies and try to take even the most small, tiny, insignificant things and blow them up big on the big screen, just to somehow sort of emboss their youth and their memories in some kind of big silver screen bauble. And it's stupid because nobody goes to these things.
All I can say is...
No one has gone. Every one of those TV adaptations has
No,
flopped.
they're all terrible. And you
They're
know
all
what?
horrible.
Let me tell you something. My parents' generation, do you really think that the executives from my parents' generation wanted to do like Ball in a Cup, the motion picture? You know? No, they didn't. They didn't want to do Tic-Tac-Toe, the movie, or that weird spindly thing where you flip it and like the little thing goes like that. No, they didn't want to do that.
a top?
Yes, it's like a top.
How about a hula hoop?
Like a hula hoop, the motion picture. Nobody's making that because it's not going to make a good movie.
I've got my next pitch.
Right now, as long as we're on camera here, I'm just going to say, Slinky, the motion picture,
No.
royalties right here.
Wait, did you invent Slinkies?
No, but I'm calling it right now.
I dare
My
you.
pitch.
I dare you to crank
My
out
pitch.
100 pages on Slinky.
You dare me?
Yes.
By next week?
Yes, by
I'll
next
do it.
week.
I'll
And
do
we'll
it.
shoot it in the studio.
Next week on a
do
very
it.
special Stupid for Movies.
Slinky, the motion picture.
All right, Chad, we got one more. What's cooking?
The Amityville Horror House is up for sale. Now, this is not the house they used in the movie. This is the actual house where the spooky events portrayed in the movie supposedly took place. This charming 3-story waterfront Dutch colonial house commands a beautiful view of the Amityville River. Special features and improvements include gas heating, central stereo system, deck, patio, sprinkler system, secret red room, bleeding slime wall, swarm of flies, red-eyed imaginary pig creature, upside-down crucifix, demonic head fireplace vision, 1/4 acre of professionally landscaped property, and a lovely boathouse. The asking price is only $1.1 million. $1.1 million for all that? Sign me up.
I would buy that house. Who cares?
I think we can officially say the housing market has hit bottom.
Seriously, would you not buy that house? Look, if it was look, I have family who used to live in Amityville because
Oh,
I'm
really?
from Long Island. So I'm
Okay.
saying is that if that house was the right price, what do I care?
Really?
Yeah, why not? There's no. Yes, every night. There's no ghost in that house.
It's not about the ghost. For example, okay, the house over on Wonderland, where Charles Manson or where where John Holmes was killed.
Right.
Okay, near where Charles Manson used to live, or whatever it is. That house where,
Yes.
where John Holmes was bludgeoned to death.
Yes.
Would you buy that house
For
knowing
sale?
that?
Tomorrow.
That is
Tomorrow,
actually-
I'd buy that house.
That's actually for sale right now. And
$250K, I'll buy it.
Okay.
it's actually for sale right now. And I know people that went to go see it like 2 weeks ago in an open house.
And they're okay living
No,
in
they're
a
not
house.
going to buy it. They just want to
Okay.
see it.
I'd buy it.
Okay. You'd buy a house knowing every day that you woke up and you walked down into that living room that you could look there and go, huh, John Holmes the porn star was beaten to death right there, blood and brains
Well, but
all
what's
over
the
this
chance?
floor.
Yes.
What's the chance it's going to happen twice? It's not going to.
And I
No.
tell everybody that came over.
It's just,
That's
it's
true.
just, it's just, look, there's
I
a reason.
can charge admission to my house.
There's a reason why the people who bought OJ's old house tore it down. There's a reason why they tore it down.
Not because they didn't want to get murdered.
No, because they didn't. Because you can't walk into a house that has that much history and look around and not be totally reminded
The
of it.
White House. That house has got a lot of history, but people go in there every 4 years. Every 4 years, there's a new. Okay.
You know what's worse than the
give
ghost?
up.
Tourists. Tourists coming to your door.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
That's
true.
worse.
That's the only thing I wouldn't like.
Yeah.
All right, Chad, is that it for the news?
Yeah. You know,
Well done, Chad Vader. Yeah, we'll see you next week, buddy.
see you next week, guys.